By Tyler Good-Cohn. And just how I discussed in my first digital media project, we have to choose a path in our lives. And once we choose that path, there are a lot of complications that arise. The first complication that we see is that the path is extremely complex, constantly expanding and getting more difficult. Such as when we grow, we realize that life is more complicated than it originally seems. And just as in the Lazy Jack story, how we don't really know what's going to happen, a lot of random actions occur in life that we don't really expect, and a lot of random consequences of random actions, such as we don't really know if Jack deserved to become rich by marrying the girl that was mute originally. In my own life, I realized that through working hard, I can have positive and negative rewards at the same time, such as when I was a debater in high school, I went to debate camp and tried to become really good at what I was doing. I really loved to focus on. But then I realized that in a really high-level debate round at the end of my senior year, I had to debate one of my best friends, and I beat him, but it was really heartbreaking because I really wanted to see him succeed too, and it became a whole difficult challenge of whether or not I should do it, whether or not I should debate to my fullest. And it was really conflicting in my mind. And now I'm going to talk about a more recent one. This is during spring break, where my friend and I decided to go around and travel in a bunch of peaks and ski them in the Northeast. And it was a really hard climb, and we had finally reached the top. We were planning a line, trying to see which line wasn't extremely dangerous. And when we found one, I mean, it still looks extremely scary, really difficult line. We were still deciding. It's really hard to take the first turn when you're in such a nervous situation. You really don't know what to do. It's really difficult. And so I wanted to ask, what do you do when it's time to face the Baba Yaga, like in the first story? Do you run away? Do you stand there? What do you do? How do you face it? How do you decide to take the step to release yourself through the Firebird?
The other question is, how do we face these conflicts without hurting others and the friends that we love and care about the most? We have to take the risk, just like Maheho did when he tasted the salt water in beginnings, because you never know what's going to happen, whether or not it's going to be a good or a bad thing. Just as I took the risk in my own life, I'm going to ask you to take the risk, even if you're afraid, even if you don't want to, and even if it doesn't work out like it did in this video, because it's all worth it in the end. A lot of people don't realize that the beauty comes from the challenge itself, and everything satisfying in life comes from facing our nerves and facing our challenges. I really just want people to realize that.